They didn't fucking. Oh, there we go. Okay,
Perfect. Yeah.
that's good to go.
So yeah, it was just an accident.
Yeah, definitely not for
Curing.
kiddos. It's not that it's that bad, but probably get us in trouble.
Doesn't take much.
So you want to check out that patent real quick?
Yeah,
And we'll
for sure.
get that out of the way. I don't even know if it's actually gonna work, but let's see.
Oh, my boy even made notes.
I had to write it down because I was like, dude, there's no way I'm gonna remember all this fucking
Jargon.
yeah, all that stuff. There's no way. But yeah, so apparently it's supposed to be patent for like energy and sound weapons. I don't see if it's real. No, that's not it. I wonder where you. Let's check right here. Damn.
Go up.
Fucking.
Go up to that one right there.
I want to make. Did I type it in right? 6470214. Hopefully I wrote it down. This is just all the, like the figures and stuff.
And random math.
Yeah.
That'd be funny though. Background of invention relates to the modulating of signals in carriers.
In accomplishing the foregoing and related object. Solution process with fully suppressed carrier.
An encoded what? Go up. Stop there. An encoded signal is demodulated by means of RF hearing effect. Suitable forms of carrier suppressed modulation include single sideband, carrier suppressed amplitude. Both sidebands present. Huh.
Maybe there's more to it.
I want to call bullshit, but I don't
Yeah.
know enough about math.
It's like
I don't know the math. I can't do the
Yeah.
math to figure it out.
But I'd have to figure out like what it all stands for to even begin to do it. Maybe there's more to it. It's like,
Well, no, they definitely use like non-lethal sound weapons and shit.
yeah.
And if they use non-lethal, then they're definitely using lethal too.
Yeah,
Or they definitely tried to at least.
You're not allowed around.
This one's on. See, this was more like what he was talking about right here, but goddamn, I can't even read it.
Enhance.
I wish. I could probably zoom in.
Yeah, you should be able to.
That suck.
Maybe look up there, or where the little settings thing is, or. Down here.
Oh, there we
down?
go. Here's a
Oh, there you go. Yeah, perfect.
zoom, engage, enhance.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, this one. Let's see. The other one didn't say that though. So we got pulsative manipulation of central nervous system, method and device for producing a desired brain state via magnetic waves.
We know that is legit though, like on faults, stuff like that. Or not fault, yeah, faults too, where like, earthquakes and shit have happened, or they say ley lines, but it starts to get into like the pseudoscience
Yeah.
and the metaphysics. But we do know that when there's like high magnetic shit, you can make people hallucinate and stuff.
Yeah, this one's kind of weird. Subliminal manipulation of subjective emotion via remotely directed audio waves. Damn. Well, dude, if that's so, it's these are invented. Okay.
This one controls brain state by placing
shit.
engineered
Okay.
EMF patterns into the AC wiring of a building.
No, these are all the different patents right here. Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that guy wasn't full of shit. This one?
Yep.
engineered EMF patterns into the. Oh yeah, yeah. No, well that guy
Wow.
there was that scientist that figured that out fucking back in like the 40s or the 50s.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
when there's uh lots of fucking electromagnetisms in buildings and in appliances in the buildings and stuff like that, you can make people trip nuts. So I'm sure they do weird shit like that all the time.
It's I don't know, man. That one I had read before that. Is that one it? No, it was the other one where they're basically talking about using sound waves to.
The ventriloquist effect makes voices emanate from the individuals who do not intend to realize it. Ventriloquist effect also functions for voice recognition.
Which one was that one? Oh, okay. Yeah, makes.
Weird.
Wow. Yeah.
Weird.
There's a patent for it too.
Yeah. What are the E's and the M's and the E's stand for? Wave type. Huh. Symptom.
Filing date, yeah.
Damn, they were
Damn.
doing this shit in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
60s, some all the way back to the 60s.
Yeah.
Patrick Flanagan
Okay.
remotely
so-
cause individuals to hear voices via EMF waves imperceptible to anyone else.
Oh
wow, that's tight.
Huh. And I don't know, it's just crazy to think that they wouldn't use any of this stuff. Like, come on. Induce desired brain state via vibrational stimuli, preferably sound. Induces a desired brain state by modification of music files. Huh.
This one here, the control subject brainwaves by shining a modulated light signal into the subject's eyes.
Yeah.
They do that fucking in place of like DMT therapy. There's a it'll make you trip nuts.
We're using light.
Yeah, and it's just basically strobing lights. And there's a place in like South America or somewhere in like Eastern Europe where they use it or whatever as a therapy.
Either do that or induce a fucking a seizure.
yeah.
I mean,
Facts.
that's it.
But yeah, they use it to for like therapy and shit. So that just tells you that some of that technology has already been.
Dude, I'd like to get a
In use.
full like analysis of all these because there's one. It's a method for superimposing hidden subliminal messaging into audio/music files, which people have been saying this shit forever, talking about hidden messages in music.
Oh yeah.
Like with the Beatles and shit.
Uh-huh.
They say they've been doing it for a lot longer, but there's at least a patent behind it, which I don't know why you would need an invention for that. You could I could record a song right now that says "eat scrote" in the background, and you would never know it was even there.
No.
It could be buried behind so many other sounds.
No, people fucking you hear that shit all the time. Fucking like lately there's been a lot of gay messaging. Fucking there was one famous video of I think it was like Soulja Boy or somebody like that who was calling out another rapper. Fucking it might have been like Wiz Khalifa or some shit. He's this one of his buddies just dropped a new song or whatever and it was doing good. And he's like, "Hey, on this part, he's were you saying that you like to suck dick?"
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
that.
something like that. He's all, "No, bro." He's all this and that. And he's like, "Okay, I was just making sure, bro."
He's like, "What are you saying on that part?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's that.
Sounds like you suck something about sucking dick or whatever.
Yeah, it's what's his name? It was that. No, he's that other rapper, goofy looking guy. Fuck, what is his name?
Yeah, I forget, but
I know which one you're talking about though. That video is fun.
same shit. It's shit like that all the time. But
Controls the brain state of a person by applying different audio signals into each ear. Remotely monitors heart rate and perspiration through the use of directed EMFs.
huh,
That's kind of crazy.
that's weird.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Electromagnetic field, I'm assuming. Yeah, dude, what the
I wonder how many of these actually fucking
Work.
work in use.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I wish there was like papers or documents behind it so you could actually read studies.
Because I wonder if there's like a way for what these people do is they think, oh, and fucking in 30 years, this shit might be real.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make a proof of concept and then file a patent for it. And then whenever that shit does
Right.
hit, they gotta buy the patent from me to fucking mark or to
to
build the
do
shit,
it.
you know.
Yeah. So
And I'll
everybody's
be a
just putting
billionaire.
fucking everything out there.
So they just fucking start making a whole bunch of different fucking
So
patents for shit that's not even real.
I wonder what the guy's name is who's got
Measures
the
tissue damage of the subject via remote application of electromagnetic waves. Weird.
yeah, remotely manipulate central nervous system of subject by applying electric field to skin. State by stimuli. A lot of them are similar. Oh wait, are these just a repeat of everything before?
No, I think it's all another list. Might
Okay.
be
Well,
some of the same inventors.
yeah,
Yeah.
or the same stuff is what I was saying.
Right.
At least the same like desired outcome.
Yeah.
System for producing auroral physiological disturbances and partial deafness in the enemy. What? Like
Oral psychological.
auroral, yeah. Or is it psychological? Yeah, psychological, not
Not
physiological.
oral as in mouth, like oral as in you have an aura.
Yeah, aurora. I don't know, man. They could probably get more done with the oral
Yeah,
psychological
right.
disturbances.
Oh yeah, I go partially deaf all the
It'd be
time.
funny to put one right under it.
Yeah, in parentheses.
Oral,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or system for
Yeah.
monitoring emotions by listening to a conversation between at least two person. See, that sounds more feasible.
Yeah.
Like it's more in the real world.
Yeah. Motion and voice signals by monitoring phone
Because
conversations.
if you could do that, you could use that to fucking educate AI and to learn
Yeah, this
how to.
one definitely sounds like some AI shit. A system for detecting emotion and voice signals by monitoring phone conversations. Who do you think they tested something like that on?
Testing emotions.
No, did you read it? A system for
Yeah,
detecting emotions and voice
yeah,
signals, but by monitoring
phone conversations.
is what I'm getting at. Yeah. Like we already, I mean, if you don't know, the government allows scientists to do experiments on everybody all the time. Hence MK Ultra, all that kind of good shit.
COVID.
Yeah. The Roner. Yeah. Um, so it wouldn't be the least bit surprising to know that system right there for detecting emotion and voice using AI could be definitely used through your cell phone. And I don't think the phone companies would hesitate in giving up that information.
Go to the third one, or I guess it would be the fourth one down. Monitors and determines undesirable behavior in humans via wireless microprocessors in vehicles, personal property, and homes.
Oh wow.
Determines undesirable behavior. It's not just monitor.
Yeah, determines. Yeah, monitoring system compromised of microprocessors installed in vehicles. So that one was the same people.
Continually monitor and determine undesirable behavior in targeted individuals.
Damn.
Remember what? It just keeps going. I wonder what it says after that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you can go any
Or maybe it
further.
says remotely.
Probably remotely. That's fucking crazy. Wireless microprocessor.
Yeah, and then you go down
The
one
fucked up
more.
part about that is you wouldn't know if they were putting them in your vehicle at all. You have no idea.
Well, they're already built into the computers and shit too.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
And then once AI is fucking good enough to market, they're gonna start putting it in fucking cutting edge Teslas and shit like that. They're already kind of doing that with what autopilot and shit like that. You need some version of an AI to do that.
I'm just gonna put something out there. It's just kind of weird, but I've noticed it a lot, and it's all. I'm sure it's all chance and luck, but like I'll be scrolling through like YouTube Shorts or those kind of things, and I'll think of a particular video that I hadn't seen in a while, and as I'm scrolling through it, it'll freaking show up on the feed. And at first I was like, oh, it's coincidence, and it probably still is coincidence, but it's happened to me like 5 or 6 times where I hadn't seen the video, search for the video. I'm just thinking about the video and it'll fucking show up in the feed like 4 videos down. And I was like, First time I was like, oh damn, that's crazy. But
And you think to yourself, am I crazy? Fucking,
yeah.
did I say this? Did I talk to somebody about
Did
this?
I say it? Yeah.
Did I put it into the search bar somewhere? And you're
Or-
like, no, I never did that.
I think
It knows you too well.
I think I don't know what I was about to say. I think a crazier idea is that right there. It knows you so well that you've already thought about a particular video and it's
It can
already
It can predict it.
yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
It can predict it, fucking, and give it right to you.
Yeah.
But the ones fucking, if you just keep going down, like it just gets worse. Fucking, like one dude figured it out. He made a power system that maintains directed energy weapons in a ready state, avoiding power downs.
Oh wow, yeah. So you can't even turn the bitches
So he's
off.
thinking ahead of the game. He's
Yeah,
like,
no
"Oh, I gotta
shit.
get a patent on these bitches,
Can't
fucking,
fucking
'cause
yeah,
they're gonna be
yeah.
buying them from me in World War III.
Yep, can't EMP it.
No, fucking target tracking system for use with handheld directed energy weapons. Method of monitoring community mood by remotely analyzing voice, text, and biometrics. That's some AI
That's-
shit right
yeah,
there.
no, that's a Sony Corporation. You see that?
Yeah.
Dude, that's from fucking Sony. Holy shit. That's crazy.
That makes sense though, because they're gonna be one of the bigger investors because they're gonna be
Dude.
putting it into all their gadgetry.
That means
All
they
the AI
that
shit.
means that they would be listening to you because of a method of
course they are.
method of monitoring community mood by remotely analyzing voice,
Voice,
text, and biometrics.
Uh-huh.
Which I remember when there was the big old fuss about like
The PS3 thing?
the PS3, the
Yeah.
Xbox. Yep,
Yes,
yep.
bro. Fucking
People were
always
already
watching
tripping
you.
on it. People who are normally not paranoid were sticking socks and shit over their camera because I
Uh-huh.
remember James was doing that.
Yeah, yeah,
He's not
yeah.
one of those guys, you know. So he got that feeling already,
Not overtly, no.
you know. So he was already feeling that, and that was like shit, like 10 years ago.
It's been a long time.
It has been.
It was one of those like add-ons, essentially like a fucking
Well,
webcam for your PS3 or whatever it was.
Okay, so here's the thing: at that time,
But it
Xbox-
it was a sensor that detected your shit, so you
Um,
could use it kind of like a Wii
Mhm.
or something like that, right?
yep,
It would
yep.
detect your movements and all that.
So when those Xboxes first came out, you couldn't detach the two. The camera had to be plugged into the Xbox, and then people complained about it because they didn't like that shit. They didn't
Yeah,
like
it's
that
always
idea.
on. And fucking.
And then they made it to where you could run it without that. But before that, you had to the camera had to be part of it, and it would like move and shit after the Xbox was turned off, and people would trip out, throw shit over it. But that stuff, like, so you got Sony over here, basically in this patent saying, yeah, they'll monitor the community
Uh-huh.
mood by remotely.
For them, it's just another way to fucking get ahead in the game and make money off of new gadgetry.
Yeah.
But you know they're selling that shit to governments.
Oh, dude, yeah, no,
They're
100%.
selling the information to fucking.
Well, that's usually the end game
clamp
for,
down on
for
shit.
a lot of this stuff. The end game is military, government contracts,
Facts.
military contracts.
Weaponry, yeah.
This is where you get the big money.
Mm-hmm. Big contracts, yeah.
Yep.
Navy strategic communications, navigation, AM broadcast. Who the fuck uses that? Shortwave, ham.
this would have had to be one of those fucking essential oil people. It's all it uses electrical stimulation of a crystal, and it's supposed to reduce stress.
Yes, bro.
Another 20 million crystals and shit.
Helps to eliminate auditory hallucinations. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's all it says. Like whatever
Weird.
that patent was, yeah, it was to help protection of living systems from electromagnetic fields. So you're gonna need one of these for just about everything on this list, like straight up, like. Yeah, whatever this patent was, you'll need one of those to.
It's the opposites to fucking
to all the other shit.
all the other
Yeah,
shit.
so there's
Yeah,
only
it's
like
the-
fucking. There's
yeah.
like 5 of them.
Yeah.
See, so you would need
So,
one of these
You're
first.
gonna need a
You-
fucking what do they call those things? An emergency blanket.
Yeah, basically, you'll need one of these first. It's a method of scanning
some
and
crystals.
analyzing and identifying electromagnetic field sources
Right, and then you're gonna
You
need
need
the
the
one
other
the patent
one
just above it. Yeah.
to protect yourself.
And living systems from electromagnetic fields.
Oh, so then there's another one. Yeah, it's for shielding against
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yep, yep.
It's all just an
And
emergency
then
blanket.
you're gonna need all that stuff so that it'll and if it does get through, you'll need the top one to help yourself to eliminate
Right.
all the fucking auditory hallucinations
That's
you get.
Thorazine. They just hit the Thorazine.
And then you rub crystals all over yourself
Yeah.
to reduce the stress. That's the only cure.
You gotta use the crystal butt plug.
Yeah. The electrified crystal butt
Yeah.
plug.
And then
Oh,
an
shit.
emergency blanket.
It's just crazy.
Like
Like
tinfoil hat.
all these are so fucking nefarious, except for like these 5 right here.
Yeah.
Like, although these are the only ones that want to help you,
Right.
while the rest
fucking-
of them are over here trying to draw information, create hallucinations, and
Yeah, all of them are to control human behavior
yeah,
in
which is-
some weird.
which if even I don't know, it's scary to think that even if half of those things work, fucking
Shit, dude, even 10%.
yeah, that's still
That's too
scary.
many.
That's a scary
It's
thought.
too
Yeah,
many.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I guarantee
10% they got to work. Fucking. Yeah.
unfortunately, all the blanket methods, there's probably like none of
All the
them, none of them work.
blankets, No. The
They
butt
just-
plug crystal does, though.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
It's
You
not
just-
for fucking shielding.
you got to put the electric lube on there first.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
essential oil,
Shield,
right?
Shielding lube. Yeah.
Shielding lube,
Yeah. The essentials shielding lube.
Yeah, what the fuck, bro? I wonder if this is even legit, but if these are, man, that's some crazy
The
shit.
patents probably are, but
The-
I just don't. I don't think fucking. Open a new window, and type in. Do you have to have a proof of concept to file a patent?
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
a working model isn't necessary in order to receive
Okay.
a patent.
Okay. So it's not fucking. You don't need a working model, so they could just make shit up and be like, "I patent that."
So here's the thing, though. That is
There's a catch. Okay.
Yeah, the
USPTO has the right to ask for a working model and can withhold the granting of a patent until the model has been made available for their examination. Huh.
you think Crystal Butt Plug got their patent?
I don't know, but we should fucking corner the market, buddy.
No shit, though.
We should corner the market.
I agree.
It's all made out of fucking uranium.
Yeah, no shit.
Start giving everybody butt cancer.
Fucking their assholes start falling out.
Yeah.
Fucking radiation poisoning.
Oh shit.
It's like it's all right. It's all right. We
They're
got
like,
you. We got you with our
What-
other.
what's with all these women getting prostate cancer?
It's like it's all right. You just got to buy our lotion,
Right. Yeah.
our crystal cool down lotion.
Yeah. To keep all your female prostates intact.
Yeah, shit. I don't know, man. That's pretty wild though. If any of those have working models, I mean, even the proof of concept is kind of a scary thing.
Right, and that's what I was saying. If that's a requirement, then yeah, that makes it really fucking weird and nefarious. But since they don't necessarily have to have like a working model, then I guess you can just fucking get a patent for any kind of thing.
So we should send in a patent for like shit that don't even use like real words as our proof of concept.
Right. A new
Uh,
alphabet.
Yeah. Just fucking throw it in there, and then if they need proof of concept, you can literally just throw anything out there, because then it's like,
Open ended. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I doubt you could actually do that. I think there's probably a process for this, but
Yeah. That's why I asked.
okay, no, this is where we're gonna get our patent right here, bro. We gotta get a patent for self-masturbating arms that you can like stick to any surface. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
Like,
send it
some
in.
water gets in it and it just fucking just goes crazy. You're like, "Yeah." It takes you for a ride and shit.
It's like, what, you know?
They're like, that's what they warned me. They fucking told me on the warning label not to fucking use water-based lubricants.
It's right there, right there.
Yeah,
We tell
in the bold
everybody.
print.
We tell everybody it's
Do
all
not
right.
use water-based lubes.
It's all those little fucking the fine print you
Yeah,
can't read.
yeah. It's all like fucking in broken English, fucking from China.
So yeah,
All the L's are R's.
oh shit, bro. I think we should do it.
Just goes crazy, starts beating your ass while you're in the shower. You're like, yeah. It's all
Oh, shit. A million lawsuits.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, fuck.
Uh-huh.
So So before we go on to that one girl, what was the one before the Moffat one? What was her name?
Deborah Moffat.
Deborah Moffat. Yeah.
Deborah Moffat story.
And you said that this was
M-O-
another.
Moffitt. Yep.
Yeah, I can't spell. I'm
It,
retarded.
I guess it was one of the more famous fucking like hauntings back in the day. That's the one that I sent you. Fucking, it's like 3 hours long now.
Yeah, we'd be here all night. We have to find one that's like 15
right.
minutes.
That just gives you the base of the story. Fucking, but it's a long ass fucking story because they were fucking getting haunted for forever, for like fucking 20 years or some shit, or 10 years or some shit like that. Long ass time. And she would talk to this fucking thing through the mirror. You know, communicate with her through the mirror. And apparently it was her like father-in-law that was possessed or whatever.
Press them cheeks against the glass.
Yeah, right. You know. Squeeze your titties together.
Jiggle them real good.
Yeah, right. But all kinds of weird shit would happen. So she tries to bring the church in. The church is like, we ain't gonna do anything because if you acknowledge it, fucking, it gives it power. Blah 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 blah. Fucking, she brings in fucking some Native American medicine people or whatever.
Yeah.
And they do some sage and shit, and they get it to manifest. And at the end of that, fucking, they get it to manifest, and apparently, like, its face manifests through the insulation in the attic or whatever. They're all tripping out. And
was it asbestos?
may as well have been. They were all high on asbestos. Fucking. But the dog was up there, and apparently fucking, I guess that Native American dude fucking got the demon to go into the dog because the dog had given him permission to do that. And she's like, don't put it in my dog, you know, because I fucking love my dog. And he was like, you can't do anything about it. The dog gave me permission. Fucking.
Wait, how does the dog? So the dog consented to.
Dude, it's old lore. Fucking.
Oh, okay.
It's old lore. They even used it in Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah. I could imagine it being like a chicken though. That way you can just be like, whoosh,
yeah, and just kill the fucking thing.
Yeah, just cut its head off.
But all that did was buy it some time. The fucking, needless to say, a few days later, the dog dies. It drowns on its own fluids.
Hey, so I have a question though. If you were a demon,
and the demon comes back.
Yeah. If you were a demon possessing the dog, would you lick your own nuts?
I'm sure he did.
That'd be my first to do. Like,
yeah, lick my own nuts, clean myself, and then I would sniff other people's asses. I would sniff all the asses. I'd make friends with everybody. We'd be best of friends.
Yeah.
But anyways, the fucking dog died. It had some weird it got some weird disease or whatever, and fucking that disease causes fluid to build up in the lungs, and it drowned.
Oh, so like pneumonia, basically, more or less.
Yeah, essentially. And fucking, so the dog dies, and then I guess the medicine man dude, whatever, fucking told the lady that it's too fucking powerful. We can't get it out of here. He's like, but I bought you some time by putting it in the dog.
Yeah.
And so the dog dies, and then all the fucking shit starts happening again. It's a wild fucking story. But the fucking craziest one though is she hears her like father-in-law fucking like having issues in the middle of the night. So she wakes up and goes to like tend to him or whatever, and he like pulls the blanket up, and there's a fucking spear stuck in his leg. And
oh yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah, fucking.
This one's actually like only a 14-minute video.
Yeah, let's see what he's got to say about it.
In the 1980s, the Moffat family lived a simple life in Southern California, but their lives completely changed when they came face to face with a demonic presence that took shelter in their home for nearly 7 years. Lee discovered a message on the bathroom mirror written in soap, and it said, "Talk to me." At first, they thought one of the family members was just messing around, playing a prank.
That's exactly what was happening.
Clearly, someone must have written it.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
But nobody confessed. And after 2 minutes, Deborah headed back into the bathroom. Fresh writing was scrawled across the mirror.
I was gonna say, if it's a demon, I assume you're gonna get like some blood or maybe some feces. Like you're gonna walk in there and there's gonna be fucking shit smudge that says "talk to me," you know.
Oh, it's
or
fucking it's crazier. Like apparently the fucker knows how to use spray paint cans, carve shit on the walls, spray paints fucking occult symbols all over the fucking house.
Oh, okay.
So it's not just fucking that. Rearranges like furniture, fucking does all the hits, all the good ones, and then a bunch of over the top shit like spears.
Had no escape.
Random
And the next day, a new
200-year-old
message
spears.
filled the entire mirror, and it said, "I hate Lee. and Lee die. The family would find carpets torn to shreds, and then symbols began appearing on the house walls that looked like they were carved with a knife. Tensions between Bill Sr. and Lee began to spark more than usual, and one night when they headed to bed, Bill Sr. and Lee discovered that their mattress had been torn to shreds, and they took this as a violent threat. But then the entity began throwing sharp knives. From then on, more knives began to appear in the house, and they were always in spots where Lee would often sit or lie down, like chairs, pillows, couches, or even her bed. One time, 6 kitchen knives mysteriously appeared in her bed. Its new tactic was to bring objects from places the family had been. It wanted the Moffats to realize that it had followed them wherever they went. It brought mementos back from Lake Tahoe after the family visited for the weekend. It even brought name tags of waitresses that had served them at dinner. Even when Deborah and Bill Jr. traveled to different towns to meet with potential paranormal experts, the entity went with them. The marking of the triangle with the S-shaped curve could be found on hotel walls or wherever they went. Toward the end of 1988, they found a woman named Redwing that identified as a Native American shaman at a local psychic fair. A few days later, Redwing came to their home with another fellow shaman named Fire.
So they went and got her from a psychic fair? Is that what he said? Do they have those?
Yeah, I guess so. Fucking
Dude, we got to go to a psychic fair.
Yeah,
we got to go fuck with these people. But like, what do I have between my ass cheeks
Yeah,
right
right
now? Like,
They're
what
like,
am
you
I
got
clenching?
an 8-ball of Coke, a piece of a pork chop bone, 50 cents. Yeah,
Damn, she good. Okay.
you're like, all right.
I fuck with it. All right.
Fire Panther. They burned a bundle of sage and waved smoke through the second story with a large feather. Then they moved towards the attic and wafted the smoke up through the entryway.
So here's another
After a
thing.
moment, though,
Like, we need to get us some, like, man, I wish we could get like a $10,000 loan to buy like a crazy good setup for paranormal stuff and go to people's houses and like just not even to like capture,
Investigate.
like, well, hold on, not even to investigate, just to debunk shit like sage. Like, I've never heard of sage working anytime in any haunting story ever. They always start with burning sage and it just pisses the fucking thing off. And I get it. You fucking like,
It goes way back to burning incense and shit like that.
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
back in the day.
supposed to. There's like a symbolic significance.
But I think it'd be fun to like do all the classics, all the hits, you know, burn some sage, salt rings, all that good stuff, you know, just to make see if there any of this stuff actually works. Bring crosses, all the shit, like a controlled scientific experiment to see if there's any validity, not to the haunting, right?
Mhm.
That shit's real. But to
The magic, the occult shit.
the occult shit that comes along with it. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And apparently there's been a like the famous grimoire that King Solomon wrote or whatever.
yeah.
I fucking forget. Forget what it's called. It's also known as Red Dragon.
Yeah.
And basically one of his like fucking caretakers or one of his the guys that he works for, some shit like that, was being plagued by a demon or whatever, and he couldn't fucking get the thing to leave him alone. And the Archangel Michael came down and gave him the ring, which is known as the Seal of Solomon now.
Yeah.
And he could use it to control the demons and shit like that. And so he goes on a journey fucking of summoning these demons and learning fucking what their positions are in the hierarchies and stuff like that. And there's like 70 something of them. But he could also fucking access the angels and shit too and talk to them. And so a lot of the modern magic that we hear of today came from some of those old fucking grimoires that were written back in the day. A lot of the symbols and stuff like that, because they all have accompanying sigils and stuff like that. And that's what all those symbols are.
Yeah.
So whoever was doing this, which I'm pretty sure it was the lady, because she's the only one that could fucking talk to the thing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But she says that her fucking father-in-law was possessed by this thing.
Yeah.
The problem is fucking there's that lady, her husband, her mother-in-law, and her father-in-law. And then there's children there too, I think.
Yeah.
Later on. So that's a fucking house full of people.
Yeah. Anybody can be doing that shit.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like fucking, and for all of them to be sharing in the delusion after a while, because that's essentially what it is at that point. But somebody fucking knew about all the occult shit.
once again,
and knew enough about fucking sigils and stuff like that, because that's what they were using. All those symbols are actual symbols of like witchcraft symbols and shit like that.
So yeah, it's like I said, I really wish that like on some of these older stories, you could really get their like you could get the paperwork for when they sold the home, if they weren't renting it, like if they sold it, because I guarantee it's another drum up story that
They did
always
leave
move.
that house, I think. Fucking,
Okay.
but it was like 20 years later or some shit like that. And apparently fucking nobody buys it. She said the last that she knows about it, fucking a trucking company like was leasing it to leave their trucks there.
Oh, so it was a failed,
But nobody has bought it.
So it was a failed spooky house buy.
Yeah,
Unlike the rest
yeah,
of them. The rest
yeah.
of them, they sell them instantaneously.
Mhm.
All the ones that have the craziest hauntings, they always sell after Ed and Lorraine Warren show up, which
Mhm.
once again, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I said it on an older video. I'll say it again. They are the greatest real estate agents
Yep.
to ever have existed. Like, hands down. You want a house sold, you're in over your head. It's okay. Just pay Ed and Lorraine
Yeah.
Warren. They're going to come out. They're
You just
going
need a
to
little romance.
yeah,
Put some romance on this shit, and we'll
Yep.
sell the fuck out of it.
Yep, we're gonna come out and say your house is super fucking spooky and has all kinds of ghost activity, and we're gonna get you a buyer lined up within the next couple.
Which is funny because those are like the two mainstays, the Ed and Lorraine Warren. Those are the two fucking like heavy hitters. And the way she barely even talks about them, fucking, and
See, that's where
at
she
least
fucked
in
up.
that documentary fucking part.
Yeah,
And the only thing that she mentioned was that Ed and Lorraine fucking Warren called her out for not being afraid.
yeah. So they're like, dude,
So
look,
they
like-
even kind of felt like it
like-
was bullshit.
like if you want to sell this home, like you want to get this shit sold,
You gotta believe this.
You gotta
shit,
believe
man,
it.
and
You
you gotta
gotta-
sell it.
sell it. You gotta sell it.
Not only the
with
house,
us.
but you gotta sell the story, man.
It's like you ain't got no dolls. You ain't got no fucking samurai armor. You ain't got nothing. No object that
Right.
has
Oh, she had plenty of objects, fucking. But you gotta watch the 2 hour
rest
one
of
that
it.
I sent you, because it goes into all the detail about the weird shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know how far deep he'll go into it. He's just kind of giving you the
It's giving the
highlights.
surface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a fuck ton of crazy shit that was happening.
Yeah, I'll definitely watch that. Have more to go on. I mean, I would do it on here, but goddamn, 2 hours is a
Yeah,
lot. So
That's we'd have to
Though
like
the sm-
condense it.
yeah, for sure.
Smoke blew back out of the attic like something was rejecting it. There was no draft and the attic was insulated, so the three of them
Bullshit.
crawled into the attic.
Because houses that don't have fucking flowing air are dangerous.
Yeah.
We learned that a long time ago.
Mhm.
Fucking, and that's why you see those fucking little like shutter window things in the attics of homes.
Yeah,
And that's the fucking, there has to be some kind of airflow throughout the house. Otherwise, it just gets moldy and you all die.
yeah, it gets moldy, dusty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it gets
that makes
moldy
sense.
and the mold will fucking kill you. Fucking, so we figured out fucking, I mean, we were still using asbestos and shit like that, but we
Yeah.
we slowly figured out things like that there
Yeah.
needs to be some kind of airflow. If there's not, and the air gets stagnant, that's when mold and shit like that happens, and people get sick and they fucking die. So we stopped using some of those things and started using particular like paints and stuff that have antifungals and stuff like that
Yeah.
specifically to combat that type of shit. So
And
when you
like-
go into an attic and you see the smoke fucking blow back at you, that's because it's designed to fucking have airflow.
It's like that paint was the tastiest too, man. Had all the lead in it.
Oh yeah, get you real high, fucking make you
Once
hallucinate
inside, they clicked on the light.
that demons are coming out of the
Deborah braced
fucking
herself near the doorway.
asbestos.
Fire Panther then burned more sage and began chanting in a steady rhythm. Then the attic began to creak, and Deborah noticed a roll of fiberglass insulation slowly sliding down the wall. The insulation contorted and shifted until the outline of a face began to reveal itself. Cheekbones and a chin could be seen in the insulation. A spiraling horn
Pareidolia or
appeared
whatever
where
you
one of
call
the
that
ears
shit.
would be.
Yeah, pareidolia. I was gonna say that's like the least threatening thing too, to have a face grow into. I understand the wall, that's kind of scary. The floor. Why the insulation? Like
Mhm.
that's come on, you got to choose something better than insulation, man. That's just not threatening at all. I'll make
Right.
you fucking itch like crazy.
Yeah, right.
You know,
Yeah.
fucking- shit.
Be turning clockwise around the head. Deborah watched as the deep-set eyes began to take shape in the face. For several seconds, the insulation held the imprint of a face, but then it fell to the floor. But Fire Panther said he had successfully removed a paranormal manifestation from Bill Sr. and placed it in Bill's dog, named Jeff.
My name is
As the
Jeff.
only way for them to move the manifestation was to place it into something else. He had done the best that he could, but Bill Sr.'s dog passed away soon after. And luckily, a new paranormal team was on the horizon, as Deborah had reached out to the legendary Ed and Lorraine Warren. and told them about what the family had been experiencing. They all sat in the living room in a U shape while Ed read a series of opening prayers. As he spoke, they all noticed a heavy presence enter the room. Later during the ceremony, Bill Sr. slumped forward, his spine curved, and he pulled his arms toward his chest. Something inside him had shifted. When he got to his feet, he growled like an animal and moved toward Ed, dragging one leg behind him like he was injured. As he approached, Ed pulled out a small glass vial that held a small shard of wood. He held it in front of himself for protection, shouting that the shard of wood was a section of the Holy Cross, and it protected him. At that moment, Bill Sr. snarled like an animal and showed his teeth. When he began to speak, the family noticed his voice had changed, and he told Ed that he would bite his hand off, chew it up, and spit it in his face. Neither of the men retreated, but after the standoff, Bill Sr. eventually crept back to his seat. The Warrens claimed that the entity had taken control of Bill Sr. for a brief amount of time. During the Warrens' visits, Ed explained that there was nothing personally they could do to make the entity leave. And Lorraine believed that the demon was attached to Lee, so moving wouldn't help. Lee had gone into the kitchen pantry by herself when Deborah
Lee's
and Bill Jr.
is
heard a friend.
the mother-in-law
Yeah.
of Deborah Muffet or whatever.
I was like, well, basically what they're saying is we can't sell your shitty house.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I guess
we can't get it off the market. Sorry.
because he's missing some other pertinent points that
Yeah.
would fill in those blanks. But their whole job is to do the investigation, and then they tell their clergy friends. And the clergy
Oh,
friends come
right,
and do
right.
fucking the exorcisms and shit like that.
Yeah, it's part of the gimmick.
But they fucking, I guess that one fell through.
Yeah.
Because even they were like, "Yeah, we can't help you."
Yeah, we can't. We can't get this house sold. Sorry. That kind of confirms
Or
it right there.
they fucking realized that they knew it was bullshit. They knew fucking somebody in the house was doing all this shit, and
The guy's putting on an act.
yeah, it was. I think it was the fucking lady Deborah,
Yeah.
the wife,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
because she's the only one that talked to it. Fucking, she's the only one that fucking it would like manifest to, and it wanted to fucking kill the mother-in-law. And who the fuck hates mother-in-laws?
Yeah. Daughter-in-law.
Daughter-in-law. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Makes sense. So that probably explains why the Warrens weren't able to get it. Like they're not. She's like, look, I'm not trying to sell my house. I'm just trying to get my mother-in-law the fuck go.
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
out, the
I'll
fuck
kill
out
that
of
bitch.
here. I don't want her around anymore. So I need you guys to really sell this for me. They're like, that's not really our bag, man. We usually come in, say your house is haunted, do a couple of Harry Marys.
Yeah, yeah.
Church comes in, does their business, and boom, we get your house sold in like
Yeah.
a month or two time. We take our cut and we leave, and then we go start our little museum, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
It does, because like it's all over the top shit, like over the top physical world shit.
Yeah.
You know, like spears fucking randomly appearing. Not only that, but fucking stuck in a dude's leg. I'm like that.
Yeah.
That's the way that she made it sound. Like it was fucking like he got stabbed with it. I don't know if that's what happened. That's what I took from it.
Yeah.
Then they're fucking apparently like when they would go on these trips to fucking it would follow them, right? And like he was saying earlier, bring back
Get name
mementos.
tags and-
Fucking well, one of those things was a jade stone in the shape of a pyramid. And she's like, I don't know what the significance of that is, and blah 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 blah. But these things would always end up in the pool. Like one of the things that the Warrens fucking suggested before they got there was they'd sent a pack, and there was 5 Mother Mary like coin talisman thingies.
Yeah.
And then there was 5 like Saint Michael fucking talisman things, and they were supposed to put, you know, one in the middle of the house, and then in every corner of the house, Saint Michael's, and then each one of them, the Virgin Mary ones, they were supposed to keep on their persons at all times. But for some reason, they would all go missing, and then when the pool guy would come fucking clean, he would return it all because it all ended up in the pool.
Yeah.
She was like, he liked to throw things in the pool. I'm like, how the fuck was he getting all the ones that you're supposed to keep on your persons
Yeah,
personally?
that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I think.
So I don't know. Either it's a shared delusion or they were all in on it.
Yeah.
Fucking. There were some cooler parts though, like it starts to go into like past lives and stuff because she was having conversations with the demons, and the reason why I hated Lee or whatever because Lee fucking the mother-in-law in a past life was supposed to be sacrificed in a monastery in France, and that monastery, I guess they were practicing satanic witchcraft or whatever, and he was the demon and she was a nun at that monastery in a past life.
Yeah.
And she was supposed to be used for a blood sacrifice.
Oh, but she got away.
Right? Fucking.
Jesus.
And so,
I mean,
he wants the blood sacrifice or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And the daughter-in-law is the only other special person in the house because he fucking, like, works with her. And she isn't afraid of him, and fucking she'll tell him to stop doing things and he'll listen, but he wants to kill everybody else and hurt everybody else. Which is, it's like, come on, man, like, you're telling on yourself. You
yeah, no
realize it.
shit though. That's yeah, no, for real. That's some bullshit.
Frantic pounding on the pantry door. When they ran into the kitchen, they noticed the pantry door was jammed. They eventually wrenched the door open and found Lee lying on the ground. Red rings covered her neck, and she claimed that the entity had tried to strangle her. After this attack, Deborah realized that she had to do something, so she told the entity that it would no longer harm her family. Moments later, writing appeared on the bathroom wall. It said, "I will not touch your child. I will not touch your husband, but Lee belongs to me." Her youngest son, Jamie, was safe, and so was Bill Jr., but the presence wouldn't stop targeting Lee. Then it went on to talk about a rambling story of a French monastery in the 1600s, and it told the story of a group of monks performing a blood ritual. They'd actually captured a nun and planned to sacrifice her, but one of the monks betrayed the group before the nun could be sacrificed, and she was able to escape. The entity said that in a past life, Lee was the nun who escaped, but now the entity finally had her back in its clutches, and it was out for blood. So Deborah believed that she had to defy.
Okay, so here's my thing with that. They couldn't just find another nun, or they couldn't just do a blood sacrifice with anybody else. Like, it had to be that one specific one. Like, the thing had a chip on his shoulder. Like, God damn it, I'm gonna get that one that got away.
That one. Oh no, is that particular soul? Because this is a past life, right?
Yeah.
So she's had many new bodies.
Yeah.
If that's what is going on here, the reincarnation shit. So I guess it's the soul that he's after.
No.
You know what I mean? So I guess it makes sense like that.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm just saying though. Like, I feel like at some
Could have
point
picked any other virgin nun.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Filled by tons of different virgin nun souls.
I was like, unless he's like popping the balloon on that, he's like, none of them nuns are fucking virgins. They're
Yeah,
all
right.
sluts. It's like that.
They're
was the
all
only
thoughts.
fucking one.
They all 304s.
So they doing fucking old school fucking
Ain't fooling me.
OnlyFans, man. They're drawing pictures of themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, bro. Selling them for a fucking shekel or two.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the French currency was.
The entity as much as she could. So instead of calling it Prince like it had told them months ago, Deborah began calling it Mr. Entity. She believed this was a way to constantly disrespect the presence in their home. After a few more simple back and forths, Deborah went into the bathroom and saw these words on the mirror.
Real name Leroy,
Lee
aka
will die
Mr.
in 10
Entity.
days. The entity had always threatened Lee, but this was the first specific threat that they had come across. Deborah thought that the entity was bluffing because if it could have killed Lee, wouldn't it have done it already? But on the final day of the countdown, the family knows that Lee suffered from shortness of breath early in the morning. They rushed her to the hospital where doctors diagnosed her with pneumonia and congestive heart failure. Bill Sr. and Deborah alternated hospital visits to keep her company. And while Lee was in the
That
hospital,
fucking moldy
the entity
house,
barely
bro.
bothered the rest of
no
them at
airflow.
home. As time
No
passed,
airflow.
Lee recovered slowly.
Dog got pneumonia.
Eventually, she was
got
well enough to
pneumonia.
come home. When Deborah and Lee were alone in the family room, Lee leaned over to whisper to Deborah. She said that while she was in the hospital, the entity had actually come to visit her. Every time Lee had regained consciousness in the hospital room, she'd look up and see a small black stain on the ceiling. It would writhe across the room and seep down the wall toward the hospital bed.
It's that mold
Once
again.
it crept up next
Like
to the
mold,
bed,
bro.
a pillar of shadow would extend
Sound like
from the
a
black
community
stain.
problem. Shit.
It loomed near her bedside, and a thin dark limb would emerge from its body. In the small distance between the dark limb and Lee, a bright mist formed. Its shape turned into the form of an old woman staring back at Lee. Looking closer, she saw that it was her late mother, Dominica. While Lee recovered
Dominica.
at home, the doctors told the family her recovery would be a long process. She had to carry an oxygen tank and wear tubes in her nostrils. She'd often wake up in the night and Deborah would hear her gasping for air. And then she discovered that the oxygen tubes had been severed from the tank, and they were all quick to blame Mr. Entity. While alone, Lee had seen a black shadow hanging from the second-story balcony above her. She thought it might have been Bill Sr., but the shadow stretched itself over the railing and then floated down above Lee. Black tentacles extended from its body and just hovered just above
And
Lee.
then a hentai scene ensued.
The figure continued to inch closer, and Lee could see
Yeah,
its
shit.
gaping mouth and two lifeless eyes take shape. Lee was able to gather up enough strength to get up from the couch and run. The figure chased her for a moment and then vanished just before she burst into the master bedroom where Deborah and Bill Jr. were. So after the incident, Bill Sr. woke up screaming late in the night. Something cold and metal had passed along his leg, and when they turned on the lights, he revealed it was a large dagger with a long hilt. What was weird is that none of them recognized the dagger, but they all assumed that the entity was responsible. At this point, Deborah had had enough. She charged into the bathroom to
Bought it at
communicate
one of
with
those
the
psychic
entity.
fairs and never
When
told
she
no
opened
one.
the door, she
No,
noticed
for real,
messages had
though.
already been scrawled across the mirror, and it read, "There must be a blood ritual. Take the spear and stab it into Lee's heart." In the summer of 1989, they found a woman named Dr.
That's just
Evelyn
murder. That's not a
Paglini
ritual.
from Chicago.
Straight up.
She
Like, you
claimed
gotta
she
light some candles. You gotta say 10 anti-Harry Marys.
Yeah.
Whatever those might be. Throw some salt into her eyes and some pocket sand. And then you hit her with... Yeah.
some inverted jiu-jitsus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
fucking- Dude. So, yeah. That's,
Wait, who is that? If that's her fucking... If that's Deborah right there, that's just a dead giveaway. She's fucking doing tarot shit, so she's already into the cult type shit. So she would
Yeah.
know all those symbols.
True.
She would know fucking what their meanings are and stuff like that. Because the conclusion was it was a demon that was fucking practicing black magic and shit to open portals. I'm like, wouldn't he already have those powers?
Like, dude, the
That's worldly magic.
so
you
my
know?
my dead giveaway is that damn spear. I was like, I have never.
Yeah, the physical world shit. That's what I'm talking
I've heard of the spirits attaching themselves to objects, but I've never heard of them pulling a physical objects out of thin air. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
That-
They're
that's-
usually already existing. Like they
Yeah.
throw a cup at you,
right,
Or-
right. I've never heard of that of something ectoplasm.
manifesting.
I've heard of like stories where they have like ectoplasm or like blood from the walls, but never like
That's just semen.
ghost semen.
It's just semen. Lots and lots of semen.
But I've never heard of like a story where it literally physically manifests a spearhead that nobody has
That's what I'm
seen.
talking about. Like real physical, tangible, fucking manifest.
And even at that, if that's really what happened, why not send that thing off to an expert
They
in
do.
the field?
They do.
Oh, they do? Okay.
They do. That's how they find out that it's a fucking 200-year-old Belgian Congo spear, whatever. They take it to a museum and two different experts fucking confirm that that's what it is. So it is a legit antique or whatever.
Doesn't mean that they couldn't have bought it from
And
somewhere.
they asked her, where'd you get this from? She's like, she starts laughing. You wouldn't believe me if I told you. But I'm like,
Yeah.
that's like the exact type of weird relic type shit that they would sell at those weird occult fairs.
But I mean, you could probably get it from an antique shop too, though. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, she didn't have to tell anybody.
no. She could
But they were going to those fairs,
Yep.
fucking where there's kiosks everywhere of weird occult shit
Yeah.
and psychic shit. I'm sure they fucking were selling weird relics like that. She bought it, didn't tell no one,
Yeah. Got it from an antique store.
so that she can keep the delusion going.
Yeah.
But I swear, if that's her, fucking, all this is bullshit.
Yeah. No.
121%.
Yeah. If that's her reading these out. Yeah. No.
So, yeah, go ahead.
She was an expert in parapsychology and a practitioner of magic. She had relocated to California and
Okay.
inspected the
That was
Moffat family
different.
home in person,
Okay, this is a
and she
different
gave them
lady.
directions to inscribe symbols and messages on the bathroom mirror. Every shape they drew was crossed out by the entity.
Draw a date.
After their findings,
Yeah,
everyone believed
yeah.
there was a demon in their home, and this demon was a prince.
Oh
It
shit.
was actually one of the 7 princes of hell. She claimed that they couldn't be removed because
Ghibli-Estophiles.
Bill Sr. was the one keeping it tethered to the home, saying that they should keep the upstairs clear and try to please the entity. for as long as they could.
Yeah, her advice
They
was
could
to
make their life
appease it
easier,
since
and
they
it was the
couldn't
only
get
way
it
they
out.
could save Lee. But Lee refused. She was dedicated to her
That's-
faith and didn't want to welcome a demon into their home.
That and
By
that's
late
whenever she
1990,
found
Deborah
out that
noticed that Bill
the way
Sr.
to
and Jurassic-
appease it was to do the blood sacrifice thing.
Oh, okay.
So he kind of is getting the timeline a little mixed up there.
Dude, I'd probably go into the, probably go into the bathroom and fucking just rip a nasty ass fart at that mirror every fucking
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
That's what I gotta say, pal.
Yeah, you
Because
better.
I guess the way that
Read
she
it.
would communicate was she would tell us some shit and leave the room, allegedly, for a little while, and then when she would go back, it would have shit written on the mirror, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, throw the fucking mirror away.
No shit. Just
Break that
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Or you do it like Constantine and you fucking, put some Anaki and shit on there, trap it in there, and then you break that fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, because they're mixing occult and occult magic shit with all kinds of different, Celtic shit, all kinds of different cultural fucking occult magics that
Yeah.
are, pagan religions and shit were overlapping. So it's like, why don't you hit it with that one?
That'd be
You hit it with everything but that one.
That would be my other thing too. If this is supposed to be from a French monastery, why would it have an Aboriginal spear? Or, I mean, maybe it's a French spear. I don't know.
It's
but-
Belgian.
Belgian?
Yeah, Belgian Congo.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense either, though.
Like,
This thing just go all over. It gets jade pyramids. But it's supposed to be a French monastery. Like,
it was just summoned by monks.
Oh, the
Summoned by
deity.
monks fucking in the French monastery.
So the deity is summoned by them. Okay.
Right.
I was like, yeah, that would have.
And one of the monks betrayed them and let the fucking nun go.
Oh.
And the nun was allegedly her mother-in-law in a past life.
Yeah.
And then another thing that they missed on that was apparently she was the monk that betrayed them.
So
The Miss Moffat, and that's why fucking the demon fucking they have like a relationship,
yeah.
So
you
and-
have to like inject yourself into that story.
right. And I'm
too.
like,
Yeah,
that's kind of
what-
funny. It's like you're snitching on yourself about how
Dude.
it's between you and your fucking mother-in-law,
like
and how much you hate her.
what would be the odds that your mother-in-law and you are the same kindred spirits from fucking like 200 years ago?
Yeah.
And you just so happen to live under the same roof, and
Oh, it's longer than that. It's from the 1600s.
there you go.
Apparently.
Yeah. So, but still, it doesn't change the. What are the odds out of all the billions and millions of souls from that time till now?
Yeah.
That they would end up under the same household,
Mm-hmm.
where this super secretive blood ritual was taking place by this demonic cult. And then the entity's like, oh, now's my chance. I've been waiting fucking like fucking 500-600 years for this shit.
Right. Finally found
And
you.
finally got you guys in the same house under the same roof. Like,
Right.
This shit's gotta happen. Like, it is a cool story, but goddamn, like the odds of that, like,
No, for real.
How
Like
many-
if there wasn't so much over the top shit, like it'd be a real good seller.
yeah. Maybe that's why the other ones did better, like Amityville and some of the more famous ones, because they didn't get too crazy. They weren't manifesting spears.
No, but they were. What's really scary, the only way that they manifested into the real world was by possession,
Right. Yeah.
and that possession is what makes it fucking really scary, because now it's in the physical world and can harm you.
Yeah.
When the original lore is that the demon itself can't fucking harm you, it can only influence you to
Yeah.
harm. So you have to make the choice to harm yourself or whatever, or others, in the end still. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much different magics and religion shit overlapping here that it's like
It's like-
fucking. Wouldn't some of that cancel each other out?
Yeah, that's
and
kinda what
you
I'm
know what I
like.
mean? Like, and none of it's working. It's like, yeah, it's probably because it's not
It's not
demonic
real.
or yeah,
Yeah, it's just
or anything. It's just a fucking weird old lady who hates her mother-in-law and is making her life fucking miserable.
Yeah, no, that sounds like pretty much the extent of it. I was like,
Because they all live
I
together.
was about to say, and then in fact, like I said, inject yourself in the story and be the one that betrayed the monastery and let her go, and
Hmm.
it's like you're still,
Which would be a great book.
yeah,
That in and of itself, that fiction
yeah,
in and of itself. Some fucking some covertly satanic monks fucking doing a blood sacrifice on a nun. She escapes, and then there's some past life shit going on and some resurrection shit going on, and yeah, it'd be a great book, and that's exactly what happened. But nobody would publish it.
Yeah,
She tried to get a lady to publish it, and the lady
Yeah.
fucking got 10 chapters in or whatever, fucking, and they were finally done with the book and gave it to her. And then I guess like a day or two later, she calls and fucking tells her that she's not going to publish it. She doesn't want anything to do with it. So they assume like some weird shit happened to her
She
too.
probably was just like, dude, your story's ass.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. It's like, fire your old editor,
Yeah.
get a new editor, and then I might think of publishing it.
yeah, that's my theory.
Or she realized the lady's a fucking kook.
Dude,
And just doesn't want to deal with her or represent her.
that's probably what it is. Like, we're a respectable publisher. We don't want anything to do with that.
It's like, yeah, something did happen to her. Your ass went and fucking gerrymandered her car or something to make it look like the demon, was fucking with her now. But actually, she just seen you do it from the window.
But nobody believed her.
Yeah. So she watched you fucking sabotage the brakes on her car or some shit to make her think that fucking it was the demon that did it.
Got the whole family fucking.
And
bought
that's
in
why
on
she's
that
like, I don't
shit.
want shit to do with you no more because you're fucking crazy.
Oh, they probably saw the same thing when they were reading the story. They're probably like, yeah, this lady's full of shit.
But the lady's rebuttal was that fucking, well, I had already sent her 10 chapters weeks and months before or whatever, so she had all the time in the world to not fucking deal with me. It wasn't until I finished the book that she decided not to deal with me. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it had to have been with the book itself. I can't imagine. Either that or, like you said, this lady's just a kook, and she's like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with you
I
no
don't
more.
want to deal with
Yeah.
you. Yeah, it's too much.
Changed over the months. When Lee would go to bed, she would sometimes wake up in the middle of the night to Bill Sr. sitting upright at the edge of the bed, mumbling to himself. He would then turn to stare at her in the dark without saying a word. After a while, Lee forbid Bill Sr. from staying in the first floor master bedroom with them. Instead of taking the first floor guest bedroom, he headed back up to the second floor to sleep every night. A few nights later, everyone woke up to the sound of howling coming from the upstairs bedroom. Deborah ran upstairs to find Bill Sr. with his nose in the air, howling like a wolf. It also looked like he was still asleep, like he was in a deep dream, sleepwalking. When she shook him, he woke up in a daze and then immediately fell back to sleep. One afternoon, Deborah heard someone constantly going in and out of the bathroom. When she looked down the hall, she spotted Bill Sr. sneaking down the hall toward the kitchen.
He just got back
Deborah took a
problems.
look inside the bathroom and saw smudges of soap across the mirror. It had just recently been wiped clean. Deborah asked the entity if Bill Sr. had been speaking with him, and the entity responded, saying, "This little prick wants me to kill Lee. He cannot command me." Deborah then secretly spoke to Lee and told her that Bill Sr. was conspiring against her. Lee told her that just the day before, she caught Bill Sr. rifling through her old bank statements upstairs. It turned out Lee had inherited a lot of wealth from her family, and she and her husband
Fucking
didn't
up for
share a
taxes.
joint bank account.
Damn, man, that's some long-term
Bill
shit.
Sr. had no access to the account or the money, and everything became clear to Deborah. Bill Sr. would only get half the money in a divorce.
I love the title.
But if Lee
A
died,
Deadly Haunting,
he would
but
get
nobody
almost
died.
everything. Bill Sr. agreed to a full 2-week psychological evaluation. While he was there, the rest of the Moffats noticed that Mr. Entity's presence in the house had faded away. After the 2 weeks were up, Bill Sr. passed the evaluation. When they went to pick him up, Lee went into the hospital alone to get him as the rest of the family waited in the car. Moments later, they watched as she stormed back out of the building. Outraged, Lee said that Bill Sr. and the doctors cornered her in a room and claimed that she had fabricated Mr. Entity. Moments later, Bill came out of the building and got in the van with them. He told Lee that she was an embarrassment to the entire family. And when they got back to the house, Lee turned to Bill Sr. and told him he wouldn't step one foot in their house. She told him to then pack a suitcase and leave. Bill Sr. controlled his anger the best he could, and he packed up a few things.
Sick of the
and then
fucking
left.
delusional women
But
in
he promised
his
that he would
house.
be back.
Shit, though.
So after 2 months passed without Bill Sr. in the house, the rest of the Moffats realized that Bill Sr. had been a constant negative presence in their lives, and they were relieved that he was gone. It felt like a weight
The
had been
only
lifted
one that
from
wasn't
the
falling
house,
for the bullshit.
and the presence in
Bill
their home
fucking
faded more and more
a
each
regular
day.
dude.
Well, if
As
you don't
years
believe in
passed,
my
there wasn't
ghost,
much of a
you
threat
can
from the
leave.
entity
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly. Yeah.
But they still reached out to more paranormal experts. Their life at home had turned into a coexistence with the entity. Most of the time, it only talked about Lee's life, her childhood, and random facts. The entity also returned to sending random objects into the home. Most were gifts like pendants, rocks, bells, and photographs of strangers. Deborah didn't know if these were genuine gifts or some sort of distraction, and she couldn't figure out what the entity wanted any longer. So the entity wouldn't leave, but it also seemed like its mission to kill Lee had also been put to rest. And by October 1992, the entity had been with them for 6 years. After surviving the worst of it, Deborah figured she would try one last time to try and get rid of Mr. Entity once and for all. She then approached the bathroom mirror and said, "Dad's gone and he's not coming back. There's no one to keep you here, no one to feed you the hatred you crave. Time for you to leave, Mr. Entity." Its reply came back in small, compact letters on the mirror later in the day. "Please let me stay here," it said. One last message was left in the bathroom. "Goodbye, my family." And as the months passed, there was no more paranormal activity in the house. Bill Jr. and Lee still lived with the trauma. They weren't ready to live on their own, so they stayed in the master bedroom together. Together, the three of them promised to never speak about Mr. Entity again. They feared that if they did, it would return. As for Bill Sr. and Lee, they divorced in 1994. And that was the last that they ever heard of him.
One
Lee
of the
later
seven
passed
princes
away
of
in
hell
2009,
begging.
and Bill Jr. passed in
Please don't
2012.
leave.
Yeah, no shit. And not like that. Mr. Entity is like the most generic ass name
Yeah.
you could ever come up with.
Yeah.
Like, if he was
It was such an elaborate story with fucking terrible character names.
no, even the title of the book, like you pointed out, A Deadly Haunting, but nobody died. I was like, that's probably why the publisher was like,
I guess the dog died.
so semi-deadly.
Yeah.
Semi-deadly.
Yeah, a mostly deadly haunting. A
That's like,
somewhat deadly haunting.
like, bro, if you're gonna pass it off, like you said, if it's one of the princes of hell, it's like the seven princes of hell.
Yeah, all that hype and preamble for nothing.
Mr. Entity. Like, you couldn't even come up with the, like, anything, dude. Like, any name could be scary. Like, but Mr. Entity, it's like, dude, that's so fucking generic.
They literally could have fucking picked out any name from the grimoire,
Yeah, dude.
because he names like 70 something different demons,
Dude.
and all the legions they command, what their place in the hierarchy is, what their sigils look like, all that shit, what how to command them, everything, and angels too.
Like, I feel like
So they could have fucking. There's tons of text on demonology that they could have used.
yeah, but they could have used just the same old shitty one like everybody else.
Give him a French name.
It's Pierre.
Yeah. Damn it, Pierre.
Dude.
Pierre Leroy.
Like, if you're gonna give him Mr. Entity, you might as well give him Pierre.
Yeah,
like, I
Pierre.
feel like that at least makes it interesting. Right?
Exactly, yeah. I got a demon
or-
named Pierre.
Oh, shit. I don't think anybody would take you serious.
Nah,
when I said
bro.
that, but imagine
They don't take you seriously with Mr. Entity either.
No, fuck no. But at least
These Pierre is more mysterious.
yeah.
This
They're
is some mystery.
Like, well, what does your demon do? Been like, I don't know, man. I just hear
He just twirls his mustache.
Yeah, smoking cigarettes, dude. I smell cigarettes.
Blow
all throughout the
cigarettes
house.
smoke in my face while I sleep.
Oh shit. He's like the most cliche Frenchman ever.
Yeah.
He's like got the
oui,
fucking
pipi.
like a beret and a fucking
Yeah.
black striped shirt.
Right,
Like, what
yeah.
does Pierre look like? Been like, well, he's not really scary. He's kind of just a small white
Got
guy
twirly
with
mustache.
twirly mustache, a fucking beret, and a fucking striped t-shirt
Yeah.
with a red handkerchief.
Right.
I don't know, what are they called?
And a surrender flag in
An
his left
ascot.
hand. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, one of those things that they put an ascot. They're like it's like what what's his name wears off fucking Scooby Doo, the blonde one. What's his name? Fred.
Like a scarf kind of thing.
Yeah. It's just that's like,
But it's like a shirt tied.
Like they tie it like around.
Yeah,
It's
like a sweater kind of. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
He's like,
He's
yeah.
got class.
Like he's kind
He's
of
a distinguished
just a
demon.
bit- He's kind of a dick, but I mean, he's not the
Yeah, he's
worst.
super pretentious.
He just talks shit every time I eat American food and
Yeah,
fucking, like everything I do.
Yeah.
He's always in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, that would have been at least it would have made the fucking story funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking details that are missed out on that one, so you gotta watch the long
I'll watch
one
the
that I
whole
sent
one.
you.
But I mean,
Fucking-
even with the small amount of details you get off that story,
yeah,
I'm like, dude,
those
this
are all
is
the highlights
so-
of the debauchery.
Yeah, I usually like the deep dive ones more, just because they usually tend to do more work and get every nook and cranny.
Yeah, and the one that I sent you, she goes into all the detail of like the occult symbols and shit like that
Yeah.
that I like to use or whatever, and what they mean and stuff like that, which is pretty cool in and of itself. Because I don't know, yeah,
No,
it goes back to like fucking old philosophy,
yeah.
and old fucking weird religions back then.
Well, it gives you a little more depth,
Right.
you know.
We ready for some goth bussy?
Oh, that got pussy.
Yeah, you can just go to it right here, I think.
Oh yeah, oh shit, yeah, there you
And then I think all of her. What are they called again?
go.
EVPs, yeah. Let's go to the MAGA one. MAGA angels.
The MAGA angels.
Yeah, we're going to the MAGA angels.
Oh,
Yeah, let's do MAGA angels. Sugar gang.
shit. Lots of sugar again. Goddamn. Tone her down.
At least there's some payoff.
Yeah, true. Kind of.
Okay, God, what do you want the people of Texas, well, everyone in the world to know in regards to what's happening with the open borders and everyone banding together to stay safe?
She would bring that up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's copyrighted or not.
Yeah, I got family, farms, I've got a lot of people over there that I love. This shit's getting pretty intense, and I want to know exactly what these interdimensional entities that have warned us about all the corruption and prophecies have to say.
Bro. Hold on, before we get into that, she is almost as bad as Sugar Gown Guy. Instead, she's got some butt rock.
Yeah,
on.
loud ass butt rock. Yeah,
and she's like trying to talk over the butt rock.
The other one's fucking there isn't anything in there. It's just fucking her and her EVPs or whatever.
Yeah.
But this one's the funniest one because you got fucking MAGA angels.
She's based.
Who this guy is, but he seems to think he's somebody.
By the way, if you are smart enough, you would know who I am.
That video is actually kind of crazy.
It is.
But soon you're gonna know who I am. You're gonna know who I am. Very easy.
Wow, very easy. The entitlement.
No, believe me, I'm much better than that.
What should really concern you is why a guy that seems so educated, clean cut, would need to cross the border illegally.
Are we a country anymore?
Are we still a country?
There's a civil war.
I hope that it doesn't turn into anything.
The showdown escalates between Texas and the White House.
25 states supporting Abbott.
25 governors now supporting Abbott.
25 states have now voiced their support for Texas and
It'd be funny if she's asking the entity, she's been like, well, since you take those kind of stances, how do you feel about people with melanated skin?
Yeah, right.
Oh, fuck.
So, what do you think about the blacks?
Oh, shit. I was like, obviously.
Nah.
It's fucked up, but it's funny.
Oh, it is funny.
Governor Abbott.
God bless Greg Abbott.
One after all these governors together. Did you call each other?
This is a no-brainer. The White House and Joe Biden just obviously doesn't get it, or they don't care. This buck
And
stops
while we're
with
here,
the
what
White
about the
House and
gays?
President Biden. He had both houses of Congress from 2020 to 2022 and didn't do a thing. He can take executive actions. Hey, how about going down there and...
Yeah, it just goes over a bunch of other bullshit. That's pretty much all it says in that one. The other ones are kind of cool too, though.
I'll just go back to the EVP.
The corruption and prophecies have to say.
It's a based ass ghost, bro.
Yeah, but
fucking MAGA angels.
Yeah, she says that they're angels or something like that, and that she talks to angels or whatever.
So just this chick too. I'm like, bro, the sugar gowns. You need to calm it down. With the fucking. Calm it down with the sugar gowns, man. Like, let us hear the voice. Let us hear the EVP without anything.
Yeah,
playing.
I think she finally learned. I could be wrong though, because
Like,
I was sleepy whenever I was listening to these.
like, yeah, there's no,
Yeah, you cut that shit out so we can hear everything.
yeah. Like,
Okay, here's another one. Fucking. Which one? Losing Earth's firmament.
yeah.
This one is this one kind of cool too, because I guess she gets a little apparition in the video as well.
Oh, okay.
Good morning.
You can barely
and,
fucking see.
I want you to just go ahead and I want the light to say everything that they want humanity to know in regards to just whatever you want people to know right now, even with all this 13th planet and calendar stuff on my mind. Because I really don't know where to start. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't hear shit. I just hear a bunch of clicks.
I know, a bunch of audio clicks, yeah.
The reason this is happening is that Earth's defensive magnetic shield is weakening. There has never been any year where far southern aurora were seen as many times as we've just had. This is a record, and the year's not over yet. What's worse is that the geomagnetic storms have not hit the top-level disruption, and the solar activity that triggered them was moderately strong at best. We've said it before, let's say it again. The Earth is becoming more and more vulnerable to solar activity. I would never deny the significance of the ongoing economic issues, potential for World War III, loss of freedom due to governments and the World Economic Forum pulling their Agenda 2030 nonsense, but folks, despite the evidence being right in our faces, the media is completely ignoring what is happening to the Earth. The magnetic pole shift and geomagnetic excursion are progressing, and in the coming years, we're going to lose.
I think another one happens later on.
Yeah.
And that's where I think she gets the little apparition thingy.
Okay. Now, I was just gonna say, I was like, see, it's all phony, it's all bullshit, man. They don't believe in Q birth yet. So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if you don't believe in Q birth, then I mean,
you're all sheep.
You're part of the problem, man.
Exactly.
You're part of the problem.
Sheeples.
Sheeples.
Know what I'm saying?
Like, you still believe that the Earth is a circle. It is not.
It's full cube.
It is a cube.
Mm-hmm. Like an ice cube.
Like an ice cube. We all know the shape. Until you believe that, you will never truly be.
The four sides represent the 59 stars of the heavens. And when you do the mathematics, the numerology,
it all adds up.
Exactly. It divides into 4 pi. And 4 pi makes the degree of how the pyramids were built.
The Egyptians, they knew this.
Yeah,
okay?
they already knew this.
They already knew this.
Yeah. That's why, like, all their lines is perfect and shit.
That's why they all ran away to the Hollow Earth to go be with the dinosaurs.
That's what happened to the Inca and the fucking Mayans.
They're all down there.
They just disappeared.
That's why they're building them.
And how come there wasn't no evidence of them existing besides the calendar and some pyramids?
Yeah,
all their bodies was gone.
They didn't have no bodies.
Q birth.
Q birth. Wake up, people.
Wake up. Wake up.
All modern technology and the foundations of modern civilization. Doesn't get much worse than this, especially since other real global issues seem to be overshadowing it completely in the public forum. Earth's geospheres are in big trouble, and us along with them.
All right.
Oh, is it this one? I can't remember.
One hell of a morning already. Okay, good morning, and I want you to just go ahead and I want the light to say everything that they want humanity to know in regards to just whatever you want people to know right now, even with all this 13th planet and calendar stuff
Yeah, we
on
already
my
heard
mind.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Because I really don't know where to start. Sorry, go ahead.
Dude, how does she have 5,000 subscribers?
I don't know how old is this too. That's what I want to know.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
On the mirror, and he'll say, "Let's get this fucking ritual over with."
Yeah.
Join
Yeah,
2016.
he
stand in
would
my
get
way.
so mad.
It's not that great.
Oh yeah, he would say, "You get in my way."
Yeah, but
if she showed some goth chi-chis, some goth cleavage,
yeah, she probably.
she'd really do some good numbers.
It's funny. The only one like when she does like the demonic hauntings and stuff, they get good views, and then if it's like her EVPs, they don't get great views.
Yeah.
The Moffat family.
I think. Hey, you know what though?
Wrath of the devil himself.
I think we need
and his demons
to do some of
over
those,
half
bro.
a decade.
Just use our cell phones, and then like drop them into a music editing program, and then fucking just put little whispers on there.
Yeah. You ugly as hell. Adopted.
Oh shit.
Your parents found your ass in a dumpster. And they didn't even want to adopt your ass at first. But they got a discount. It was undeniable. They couldn't pass up on a deal.
Now, quit breathing on the mic so heavy, you breath big. Bitch.
I can't remember if it was this one. There was one of them where like you see like a fucking a rod, the old school rods, you know?
Yeah. I wonder
kind of thing.
I wish we could find some of those old.
Yeah, are rods still a thing? Let's look into that.
Yeah.
Paranormal rods. It's all
like,
fucking ghost windmilling and shit.
Like, I'm kind of afraid to see what's gonna bring up.
Yeah. Yeah, classic rods, bro.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah, Skyfish. That's what they're calling. They're calling them now. Classic rods, bro.
In my last video, we talked a little bit about energy orbs and how experts say that you can't see these energy orbs with your own eyes, but cameras can. And this reminded me of an old paranormal mystery known as rods or air rods. It is believed by the paranormal community that these air rods are either living creatures, atmospherical beasts, or some sort of non-living anomaly such as energy. And whatever they are, you can't see them, but cameras can detect them, just like the energy orbs. Now this all started in 1994 when a man named Jose, who was a professional film producer and editor, saw a strange image on one of his photographs. He said at first he thought they were just insects flying across the camera, but as time went by he kept seeing them and he wasn't 100% sure what they were, so he started to investigate. And after a lot of research and analyzing, he believed that these were some unknown creatures still unknown to science.
They're also known as ghost penises.
Yeah, ghost erections.
Ghost erections.
He stated that these rods, which he named, had a cylinder body, multiple sets of wings, moved super fast, and could grow or be up to 6 feet long, maybe even longer. And not too long after he came forward with his findings, this theory that there could be 6-foot-long insects flying all over the place and we can't see them, well, it really took off. Some believed Jose, but most thought that his idea was crazy and that these were nothing more than bugs.
Dude, if there was 6-foot-long fucking insects that you couldn't see, I imagine you'd still feel them. Like they'd still fucking.
Yeah, they'd move air.
Yeah, you would.
They'd move air. They'd bump into you.
You'd feel them for sure.
Oh yeah, they'd violate you.
Drag it across your face.
Yeah.
Bro,
why does it smell like fish all of a sudden?
Like, bro, I could swear a ghost dick.
They hit you with what that smell like.
Bugs or insects. One professor stated that cameras are capable of producing artifacts, something in the picture that was never really there. And this professor did a lot of his own testing, and he did capture things that kind of look like rods. And he believed that he had debunked this theory, and so did everybody else.
I'm sure he did.
Even when you look at Wikipedia's page today, sadly where most people go looking for the truth, it says that these rods are nothing more than an optical illusion. Now, I'm not saying that these rods are real. It could indeed be some sort of optical illusion, or what the professionals call artifacts, but here's where things get really interesting. Jose, who sadly died not too long ago, looked at these pictures back in the 90s that this professor took, and he knew right away that these were not rods. He stated that rods, just like any other bug or insect, these were not rods.
Did you see his hat?
Yeah, it's all sperm.
That's exactly, yeah. Bro, that's a nut.
Yeah.
I don't know, I kind of want the nut rod hat.
Right, so I'll look at my rod.
Yeah. So I got a little jism on there.
Yeah.
He stated that rods, just like any other bug or insect, has their own footprint, their own flight path. You can easily tell if it's a moth or a bird or an airplane. And a rod is a rod. And to me, that makes a heck of a lot of sense, especially if we're talking about video
That is a
footage.
bug.
And these
Yeah,
rods are captured
definitely.
all the time in pictures and on tape.
That is
and
just
they have
bug
even
and
been
the frame
seen in
rate.
space
Yep.
and underwater. Now, for the sake of argument, let's just
Slow
say
ass
that these
frame
rods, these 6-foot-long insect-looking things,
Like this one just looks like a damn moth.
That's because that's fucking probably what it is, but the frame rate. That's why it's
Yeah.
like it's got tracers.
because it's going so fast.
It's like, yeah, when you're really high on LSD or any other fucking hallucinogen, the frame rate in your eyes and brains, same shit, but on a camera.
Yeah, more or less.
exist. And they are underwater, they're in space, just all around us all the time, and you can't even see them with your own eyes. Well then, what could they possibly be? My favorite and most extreme theory is that these are not living things at all. They are tiny alien drones that are watching and recording everything we and all living things on Earth do.
God
There are
damn it.
many examples in movies where people from the CIA
That is a dramatic explanation.
Yeah,
You're gonna
right.
go from
Just
fucking
right to the extreme.
ghost insects to fucking
Yeah.
drones, like
Yeah.
alien drones,
Yeah.
not just drones.
Yeah,
Like, they're fucking alien drones.
Yeah,
y'all.
straight to the extreme.
I believe no.
Don't even lube us up.
Believe no. Q-birth. It's all part of it.
Yeah, it is.
It's all part
Birds aren't real.
It's all part of the
They're
illusion.
rods.
They're rods. Alien drones.
Yep.
Shit. They're alien drones, not ghost penises. I gotta fucking remember that.
Yeah.
Ain't no ghost dick. Right
Yeah.
here.
Not everything's a ghost dick, man. That'd be hilarious. They're all skeptics about ghost dick, but when it comes to fucking cube Earth and birds ain't real, they're all in it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Rods, they're all in.
I guess the ghost
Like,
dick.
that's where you draw the line as a ghost dick. It's like you believe everything else. But...
not this one. Nope.
Yeah.
It's like somebody holding down a bee.
There's no real evidence.
It's like they fucking glued half of a bee
To
and
a roach.
and half a cockroach with a chip on his back. Is that a rod?
or the NSA make a tiny little bug such as a fly that sneaks into our rooms of our enemies and records what they say. So if there are aliens that are highly advanced and they know we exist, I don't think that this theory is that crazy. Religious people always say that God is always watching us. Well, maybe aliens are too. Another theory is that these are atmospherical beasts. They are born in the sky, they can live in space, they don't need Earth to survive, and they possess abilities that we know nothing about. A lot of people believe that atmospherical beasts do exist. I remember watching a documentary a long time ago where astronauts claimed that they saw a creature that looked like a worm just flying in space. And sometimes they would fly really close to the spacecraft windows, and these astronauts really believed that these were living things because of how they moved. But NASA stated that these things that look like worms were nothing more than space debris. But astronauts who have actually seen them with their own eyes disagree with NASA.
So here's the thing. I know what he's talking about. It's one astronaut that claimed that he saw like a snake or a worm floating through space. I would fucking believe that guy. Why not? You're going to risk your entire career. You're going to risk, any credibility that you had by saying you've seen an anomaly out in space. And they're like, oh, no, that's a space peanut. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro, you're totally tripping. Just space debris. I'm like, dude, these guys, they spend a lot of time out there. And I imagine you see a lot of shit. I imagine a lot of those people see a lot of crazy shit out there. Now, I'm not going to sit there and say that.
But you don't have the atmosphere to do reflections and bend light in weird ways that we naturally would see in. So, yeah, you probably see a lot of weird shit.
Either that or they're just, it's all in a NASA basement.
Right. Cuba.
And I might cover this in more detail in a future video if I can uncover more information, because it is mind-blowing. Now today, there are people who hunt rods in hopes of finally catching one, just like how people hunt for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Jose stated shortly before he died that this phenomena is real, and for those of you who don't believe in it, well, that's your prerogative. You can believe what you want or disbelieve, but the fact is these things are here. They are doing something here. We don't know what they're doing, but they are doing it.
Oh, I know what they're doing.
Artificially inseminating. Paranormal insemination.
Paranormal. It's like they're trying to get in your butt crack. That's their main purpose.
Those are the incubi that we've been warned about.
Oh, yeah,
Succubi are the female version.
You got the incubus ones.
Yeah. Incubus ones are full on phallus.
How to use dowsing rods.
Yeah, all the...
God damn. I'm surprised there's actually videos of it though. To be honest,
Yeah, still around.
I figured.
Notice all the shit that they were referring to was from back in like 2000, 2005.
Yeah, well, shit, that guy found was doing it back in '94.
Yeah,
I think it's actually a good example though. Of it shows you how something like that or the orbs, back then you're getting them on your cameras because the technology is not that good.
Frame rates have gotten way
yep.
better, and you don't see that type of shit anymore. Those artifacts, because the frame rates are way faster and they're closer to what you actually perceive with the human eye. There's still weird artifacts that happen, but not near as bad.
It was like
when there was any movement, you would get blurs and tracers.
Well, you still get stuff like that. That's why I was showing, on that very first video.
Still not that good.
The first video we did where I was showing you that fucking ghost figure, but every time the light would cut off, the whole fucking thing would disappear and then it'd come back perfectly.
Yeah.
And it's obviously just fucking light bouncing off something, creating an image that isn't there, but they're definitely using it as if something is, which, I feel like a lot of the videos we watch, it's definitely a lot of that, especially when they got entities and shit.
Camera artifacts,
artifacts, dust, bugs.
But
I'm still glad they have these. It's kind of a nice
and
throwback.
Bats.
Woo, see, this one was like from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, see, but it looks like they're explaining it right there. Watch. See?
Frame rate.
Doctor Who is describing a process by which video is recorded. In film cameras, it is common knowledge that shutter speed affects
shutter
the image.
speed. That's what it
A
is.
slow
I thought it
shutter
was frame
speed
rate.
can create
shutter
blurry
speed.
or elongated images, as in this example. But when the shutter speed is increased, the blur is reduced or even eliminated. However, in video, the recording process is different. The moving picture is made up of a series of stills or frames. Within each frame, there are two fields, interlaced together to give the video a smooth motion. So
at least that one, see, they broke it down.
Yeah, that's exactly what I suspected.
As I see that until you catch a ghost rod in your mouth.
Yeah.
You're like,
explain that.
I choked on one of them bitches. Oh shit! What do you got to say about that, Mr. Expert?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Explain the semen. Explain the ectoplasm all over my face. The ectoplasm money shot. Explain that, all right? You can't. Now can you?
Yeah. No, man. I don't know what to tell you there.
Yeah, you're like,
oh shit.
That one just to remain a mystery.
I wonder. Yeah, I'm trying to think, man. I wonder if there's any. Let's see there.
On the mirror, and he'll say, "Let's get this fucking ritual over with."
Yeah, you calm down right now.
Yeah. Quit yelling at me.
Yeah, quit you yelling.
I bet you can't catch this.
Throw it higher.
Catch me bulls.
To me, no one else.
Catch me
I bet
nuts.
you can't catch this.
Oh my days, that was creepy.
Wait, what was that?
How old is it though? It says 13 years ago.
It was up there.
I've got it on film.
This room's locked, guys. It's been locked.
Oh my days.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Can you see that there?
Shit, they were even doing it back then though, bro. Where
Oh my days, that was creepy.
I like how he doesn't like walk back and walk off. He slides away. He's all
nah, all casual, all creepy.
I was like,
He's
how
all...
does she go from? Yeah. How do you go from like filming these two dudes throwing a ball and then all the, like exactly where
looking
the
at the
ghost is
creepy
gonna
window?
be. Yeah, creepy ghost.
Can you see that there?
Let me just zoom in. Maybe she's seeing it, and then she fucking.
Oh my days, that was creepy.
Wait, what was?
That was creepy.
It's creepy, mate.
That's so creepy. See, I want some like. We got some orb footage from the 90s.
Okay.
Right.
Them were fairies. Two little fairies.
Those are fairies, man. See, I wish somebody kept like I'm sure there's archives out there. There's probably archives of like super old ghost footage.
Problem with this is I can't see shit.
You don't know what it's in reference to. Yeah.
There's no background, no nothing.
No. Just blurry shit and a ball.
To reference, yeah.
Are you sure? I don't think so. What's that?
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it was edited well for the time, I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know that. 16 years ago. Oh, shit, this one got to throw the jams down. Got a piano ghost.
Yeah, pretty cool. Serenade that ass.
Go first. I got the camera. I gotta get you
I've
a
seen this
picture.
before.
Hit us with something more contemporary. I want a 4 on the floor right now.
Right now. Heavy on that one.
Yeah. And I really mean the one.
Oh, listen. It's like some like maintenance closet or some shit like that. Close that damn door. I'm scared shitless. Oh shit! Look at this ladder. It's like. I can't.
Oh, you heard?
Oh god.
You heard
I'm
that?
so scared.
Shit.
Oh no. Oh my god! Turn the light.
He's got chops.
Yeah, he does.
Piano. Is that piano? Come on. Should we go out there?
I go sit down and listen and be like,
Yeah, right.
That door open.
Shit, we left the door open.
Should we stay in here for a second? No. We gotta stay. We gotta stay.
Alright,
This is a bit
Alright,
priceless.
is someone Oh my god.
go out there and ask for the good jams, bro.
All right.
All the hits.
Yeah. You know when he's scanner?
Bro, when we were at the bar the other day, fucking, they're doing like an open mic, and there's these guys playing guitar, and there's two of them. And every couple of fucking seconds, one of the tables said they'd be like, play Creed, play Arms Wide Open, like fucking like every 10 minutes. I was like, it was funny, but like I was like, dude, I'd be so fucking annoyed.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't hear you. Turn my amp up. Say it again. I can't hear you.
What was that?
What was that? Play some originals. Okay.
Oh shit. I don't know. I don't know what we should go to now.
This next song's for the butt rock guy at table 4.
It's for you. Yeah. No, the guy did play Creed. He just didn't play the song that they wanted. I don't know, man. What should we get into now? Did you watch any of the Cyrax stuff that I showed you?
Did you send me some Cyrax shit?
I did.
I think refresh my memory.
Okay, so
but I think I had already watched it or something like that.
Man, I seen the Music Biz Marty live stream pop up, and I should have.
Oh yeah, it's the one where fucking he gets busted, fucking
yeah, dude,
sending shit to kids
underage
again.
girls. So this guy, this other dude Tibbs, which I kind of feel like he's a locale himself. Like he's not like. He's a weird dude that lives in a fucking hotel room that's got like a fake wife that's like just a torso. It's
Yeah.
like a sex doll torso.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he buddied up with Cyrax, and so somebody was doing the normal bit, pretending that they're an underage girl, and of course they don't take them but like 3 messages, and then they get some Cyrax dick.
Dick bomb. Surprise.
And
Cyrax's excuse is gonna be like, I knew it was fucking trolls. That's why I just
that's
led with the dick.
That's already what he's doing. So
Uh-huh.
there's like a phone call between him and that Tibbs guy, or like a live stream. They're like talking to each other to get Cyrax to admit that he's a pedophile. And then that was his excuse. Oh, I knew it was fucking trolls, so I was just doing it on purpose and blah blah blah. So he got on Marty's stream, and Marty's fucking acting buddy. You know what I mean? Fucking, he's acting buddy.
Lulling him into fuck.
Yes, like we all know where this is going. So he's acting like he's Cyrax's friend, and it's funny because when Cyrax has nowhere else to turn to, he goes back to Marty.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And so I love it because I already know where
It's a love-hate relationship between
I
them.
already know where Marty's going with this. But so I was watching the live stream after that, and this chick's like, "I just don't understand why you're doing this, Marty," and blah blah blah. Everybody's like, "Dude, just shut up and get the hell out of here!" Like.
Yeah, beat a
She's like,
bitch.
yeah. He's like, I know why you're doing it just to get clicks and this and that. I just don't understand why you're pretending like you're on the side of a pedophile, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Everybody's like, dude, shut up. Like, if you know, you know.
Yeah,
like,
you're giving it away.
and everybody who was in the chat with him was like, dude, we all know.
Yeah, kick this bitch out the Discord.
Yeah, like, get out of here. We all know what's going on.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that I don't know what's happened from there though. That happened like right after we were checking for some Cyrax shit too. And then
yeah.
You got and of course you got him over here, Mr. Boglum. He broke up with that girl he was trying to get with.
Oh. Poor guy. Poor fella. he ain't ever gonna get out of that dry spell.
I don't know. But he did it himself. I don't know.
Okay, I tried to make it work, but she wants to spin the tale how she's gonna spin it. That's her deal. But when she was sitting there drinking on camera and going, well, Josh has an ego, I'm like, yeah.
He does though.
Yeah.
Like, that's a problem. Like,
Yeah.
you do have
Thinks
an
he's the
ego.
shit,
And
yeah.
so does Cyrax. Like,
Yeah,
fucking-
they both think they're delusional.
yeah, exactly. Super delusional. It's like, bro, you got an ego.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't need my trolls' help to get laid. You know what I'm saying? I'm King Cobra JFS. Everybody in this goddamn town knows who the fuck I am. I walk into a fucking bar and I got chicks checking me out, dude. Girl, I do not have a fucking ego. When I was talking to her, and I wasn't being mean about it, but I did call her out on her shit without being mean about it. She would get so fucking mad and she would threaten to break her phone and not go live again. And I'm like, that affects nobody, honey. But like, no, Jessica wants to sit there and say I have a fucking ego and this and that. I'm like, no. No, I don't. I don't care if Jessica's the goth chick of my dreams. I don't care what she looks like. I tried to give her a fucking chance. But her emotions did it to her.
The funny thing was there for a while, he's all wearing V-necks and like he wore the same fucking the same thing showing off his chest and shit for
Hell yeah.
fucking 2 weeks. Then there was one where he's doing it with his shirt off, but now that fucking he's not talking to this girl anymore, he goes back to the Aussie shirt.
Oh, he covering up for. Oh, now he's putting on airs. That's funny.
Not me. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing of it.
Gotta show a
I've
little
barely
sexuality.
known Jessica for a month, and she's already talking about wanting to marry me and have kids, and we haven't even gone on a first date yet. Yikes. And then on top of that, she's like, well, if Josh rejects me, then I'm just going to stay single the rest of my life. And I'm like, way to gaslight me and make me feel like shit if I don't give you a chance. I'm like, I was going to fucking buy her a plane ticket to
You
come
got rid
out
of all
and
that
see
shit
me.
too, except
but-
the wood chips. You got the wood chips.
You know what I'm saying?
Made some use of the
She
cat
cares
food.
way too much about what other people think, and it's just sad. And she has so many self-deprecating issues that are worse than mine. And it's really kind of sad, to be honest.
Should call you Mr. Krabs, Krabby Patty, Kitty Cat. Don't ask how I am. You're not gonna like my answer. It's so funny when you never hear back from people. You try to have a conversation. Oh, it's just one-sided. That's cool. One-sided conversations are what I live for my whole life. I don't want a ham sandwich. I'll take your ham sandwich and fucking kick it across the fence. Ooh, free ham sandwich.
They're perfect for each
She's
other.
a nut job.
This really is like.
Y'all think I'm a nut job? Okay. Think what you want. You haven't seen her in full action. Oh, that's what
Bro,
happens
but I'd
when
imagine
you're
they'd be
indoctrinated and have
the
cognitive
type that they're gonna get
dissonance.
drunk and they'll be
Stupid.
abusive as shit to each other,
You
beating
want
the
something
shit out
from
of
me,
each
you're
other
gonna have to pay me.
constantly.
She looks kind of old.
What
Yeah.
do you green gun? What does that mean?
He's
You
only like
sound
in his
stupid.
early 30s, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah.
think so. I don't know how old she is.
She acts like she's 15.
So when people that I care about the most are lying to me,
She got a Lloyd chip.
Yeah,
fake
she
caring
does.
about me, fake.
Hey,
Not
that
real.
matches up.
Right.
Though. I was like,
Right up fucking his alley.
I know,
I say
I'm not
Cobra's got
worthy of
nasty
love.
fucking teeth.
I get it. That's fine. I haven't been loved by anybody in my whole fucking life. I don't even.
I don't
yet
think
she
she's
look-
young
I
enough
wouldn't
to
even
still
know
have
what
kids,
it was
man.
if it hit me in
Nah.
the face.
Plus, she lives with her parents. Yeah, I'd have to see how old she is. She's probably got to be like
You
what,
won.
40,
Late
50?
late
You
30s,
won.
maybe.
You won. All of you won. I actually don't love you. I just wanted to make you
Early
happy.
40s.
That's
So
what I was
lied
thinking.
to you and said things that I didn't actually mean to. So nobody actually really loves you because you're too ugly to be loved.
So was he
You're
worried
too-
about fucking getting
That's
married
fine.
and having
That's
kids then?
What the
No
fuck
shit,
have
though.
I done to deserve people lying to me? You can't answer me that. You can't answer me that. What the fuck you gonna tell me? Who are you?
Yeah, bro. They both just rage out and talk nonsense.
Yeah.
Your comment
Stream of
is
consciousness.
being removed.
Yeah.
Bye. Don't comment that. I will. Yeah. I've heard it all. Like, Josh is not into me. I'm ugly. I know. Like, he literally said so many lies to me to make me feel better about myself. So I'm literally at back zero. So I'm not with Josh. I'm single. Josh is single. Josh
Poor
thinks
Josh.
I'm
This
ugly.
bitch is crazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you've
what-
been single
he wasn't
for,
wrong.
Oh,
Like,
so you
Yeah.
feel
he
the
wasn't
need
wrong
to
at all.
lie to
Fucking
me when
unstable.
I've been
Yeah.
as
Fucking-
single the fuck as you.
He dodged a bullet.
Yeah, for sure.
Show me where the fuck
But
Josh is.
he didn't even get to hit it, though.
Nah.
Dude, she
He
was,
should fucking slide.
she was trying to fly out to him, too. And then
Slide, get laid, and then fucking whatever.
he bounced.
Josh
for real,
can have
though.
whoever he wants,
And just
I
keep
will
the lie
have
up. Fucking sell her a dream, and then
And I'm gonna get off of
she
here.
doesn't live with you. She
Yeah.
flies in. So
Yeah,
you
I'm
just
gonna
got to
go
put
back.
on airs for a couple days, and then fucking
Yeah.
let her go.
For the
and she comes to
record,
visit you
Jessica
every once in a
scared me
while.
off. It wasn't my YouTube trolls. You know, like, you want to sit there and say, I have a fucking ego. And I'm like,
Well, look
fuck
at me.
that. And here's another
Look at
thing.
me. Of
Jessica
course I have an
talks about how
ego.
horrible her life is. I can't speak for her life personally, but, honey, you're almost 40 years old and you still
There you
live at
go.
home
Yeah.
with mommy and daddy. And by their grace, they're giving you a roof over your head.
Bitch, your
And they
dad
put up
pays
with
for your
your
apartment.
shit.
Well, actually, it's his,
I'd be a
his
bit
Social
more grateful
Security.
if I was you.
Oh yeah.
I moved
Or
out.
disability, one of the others.
My parents
I
were
know
like,
his
well,
dad
you're
was
sick and tired
for a
of our
while
fucking
there,
rules, then
fucking-
move out. And that's exactly what I did. You know, and I'm proud of myself for that, but that's beside the
think it
point.
was the one he
You
got
want to
kicked
sit
out of.
here and say I have a
the
fucking
first
ego?
one.
Yeah.
Okay. And then whenever I try to give her a compliment, like, oh, Jessica, I think you're, you know, she'd tell me, no, I'm not, shut up. And then as soon as I degrade myself, she'd tell me the same thing. Like, no,
They were
fuck
just lying
that.
to each other.
Fuck that, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm done.
Uh,
Good luck with your life, Jessica.
he's,
Couple drink combos later. Yeah. Some chocolate milk meads.
yeah.
Up YouTube with your boy King Cobra. The situation with Jessica,
Bush Peach
it
has
is
been his
what
shit
it is.
lately.
The trolls are just mad because they don't have women throwing themselves at Cobra. So, like, all the YouTube
So he
trolls
just gets
who are
done
giving me
saying
shit up.
he doesn't got an ego, but he's like, oh, these girls are throwing themselves to Cobra. Dude, there's no girls throwing yourselves, bro. Like, no, not one.
Nah. Even fucking like Chads. That hardly ever happens to.
Yeah. No. It's like, but no, he ain't got no ego.
About not giving Jessica a chance. Well, first of all, she's emotionally manipulative. And second of all, my YouTube trolls are trying as hard as they can to break me and Jessica up in the first place. And third of all, you know what I'm saying? You can talk all the shit you want to talk. You don't got women throwing themselves at you. You have a harder time with chicks than Cobra does. And I'm like,
Dude, bullshit.
I think they're just telling you that so that you don't feel so bad about it.
Yeah, no, for real.
And hypocrisy that did it. She gets drunk on stream and goes, well, Cobra's got an ego and this and that. And, oh, it's so obvious he thinks I'm ugly and this and that. And I'm like, I never said that to her. I was willing to give her a chance. But she gets drunk on camera and tells all, and it's like, wow, okay, I see how you really think about me. And it's like, hey, Jessica, if you're trying to date somebody, don't fucking talk shit about them on YouTube. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, the reality of it is, my trolls do not have women throwing themselves at them because their obsession with Cobra controls their sad fucking life. And I'm like, no,
Cobra gets all the pussy, apparently. Dry spells by choice.
And I looked past it because I wanted to give her a chance.
His standards are too high.
I liked her personality,
buddy. Yeah.
And you know, she wants to sit here and call herself ugly, and oh, I know I'm not Josh's type, and this and that, and self-deprecating as all hell. It all started when a bunch of trolls were fucking with her when she was drinking on stream earlier, and they wouldn't fucking let off. Like, the fucking trolls wanted to see us split up in the first place because they couldn't handle the fact that women throw themselves at me.
God damn.
Nobody wants my trolls' ugly asses.
The more you say it out loud,
that's what it is.
The more you believe
So
your
talk all the
delusion.
shit
Yeah,
you
no,
want.
for real. That's
Text
what
me
he's
all the
doing right
shit
now.
You want on my cell phone.
I got options.
Oh yeah, fuck sickos.
Yeah, shit, bro. That's so fucking funny. I'm like, he's like, oh, I don't got an ego, but proceeds to say 7 times that he's got girls throwing
he
him.
gets all the pussy.
He gets all the pussy, even though he ain't been laid in like 5 or 6 years. Like,
Going on half a decade and shit.
Yeah, motherfucking dude.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah. God damn. You want to call it or that?
Yeah, that's cool.